Morning, everyone. It's Joe Waxman, and I'm back with another video. This morning, I would like to go over the chart of Hillary Clinton. And it's not because I'm a huge fan, but it's because, I think that she's an interesting person. And as an astrologer, I have to look at everyone's chart and make sense of everyone, even people that I don't like or don't agree with. So I think it's worth looking at her chart, and we'll just try and keep the personal feelings to a minimal. Can't keep it completely out. I am Sun conjunct Venus, so my opinion is very close to my Sun, you could say. Venus has to do with our tastes. It's hard to separate my tastes from my personality. Whatever I sort of feel with my Venus becomes, really difficult to detach from. Anyway, before I start, if you guys have any other suggestions for me, you can leave that in the comments if you want me to do a mini reading for any well-known celebrities. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share, and go to my website, microastrology.com, if you would like a reading. Now, let's share the screen. Hillary Clinton certainly has an interesting chart, okay? October 26, 1947, 8:02 a.m., Chicago, Illinois. All right. Okay. I mean, Scorpio, what did we expect? I mean, come on. Scorpio, full house, stellium. Jesus Christ, is this woman scary or what? I have a Scorpio ascendant, but I do not have Sun, Chiron, Venus, Mercury, and South Node in Scorpio and ascendant. Oh my God. Scary woman. Yes. Scorpio is the scariest sign. I mean, it's the scariest sign of the zodiac, and really the most connection with death, with revenge, with all the evil things that we could think about. I mean, Saturn, yeah. Capricorn as well, but Scorpio's scarier than Capricorn. Just the fear factor, the darkness, and I'm not saying that they're necessarily worse or can be worse, and well, they can be worse. Okay, Scorpio is a sign that will plot your murder and probably will go through it. Although, like if you look at murders, they come in all the signs. Anyway, that's a dark topic. Sun at 2 degrees, Scorpio. Sun is ruling the 9th house, and it's going into the 12th house. A lot of secrecy here. A lot of secrecy. Foreign travels, foreign studies, dark psychology, secrets upon secrets. She cannot be trusted. Do not ever elect her as a politician in any fashion. She's all about deception. Scorpio is the sign of psychology. It's the sign of secrets. It's the sign of depth and transformation. And although it has many wonderful qualities, I have a lot of Scorpio, it can also take a very dark turn, very dark, depending on the person. Chiron, this Venus is in trouble. This Venus is really, really afflicted. It's conjunct Chiron, and then it's got these squares to this triple atrocity of Saturn, Pluto exactly conjunct Mars. This is terrible. Okay, Pluto exactly conjunct Mars, square Venus in Scorpio, and the Venus is conjunct Chiron. She's a woman. Her femininity is crushed. Okay, and as a woman, that's probably devastating for her because she feels extremely unattractive because not only is it in the 12th house, which is not so bad for creativity, but it's still not seen, not very it's not out in the open. It's hidden. it's marred by Chiron, which is the reject. Got to understand, Chiron's the wounded healer, and it's rejected by his mother for being a centaur. Then it's shot in the leg by Hercules with its own poison that it made. Chiron represents rejection. On the higher end, if the person is strong enough to transform and heal themselves, it can become a healer. But Hillary Clinton's certainly no healer. Okay, this shows that her femininity is rejected, and it's in Scorpio, opposite its sign of rulership in Taurus, so it's in detriment. It's in the 12th house, and it's squared by these two malefics. It's not just Mars, and it's not just Pluto. It's Mars conjunct Pluto in Leo. It's terrible. She feels like a monster because this Venus, her femininity, is totally marred. So she feels very unattracted and very unwanted as a woman. But my God, she has this extremely powerful Mercury conjunct her ascendant. And I got to just tell you guys, I'm not going to wait for this one. Mercury is 7 minutes. Yes, it just went retrograde, but it's stationary. It doesn't say it here, but I looked on the ephemeris. It went stationary that day. That's an incredibly slow Mercury. And what do I always say? A stationary planet is a powerful planet, incredibly powerful. The slower the Mercury, the smarter the person is, or more capable, depending on how it goes. Like sometimes it's not like intellectual smarts, it's creative smarts. But here in Scorpio, with the gaining directional strength being on the ascendant, Mercury on the ascendant is the strongest position for Mercury. And here in Scorpio, conjunct the South Node, guys, she's a diabolical genius. She's a psychological genius. Do not go against her in like a game of who can outwit who, because she will destroy you, because she's a Scorpio. She's mean. Her femininity is completely destroyed. And she's got other things too. Like all the tales that we're hearing about Hillary Clinton, like Hillary Clinton, the Clinton mafia, and I hope this doesn't get me in trouble. They're probably true by this, because not only is she a diabolical genius, and I don't say that lightly. She is like she's like the true evil genius, because this Mercury is so intelligent, and it's in Scorpio, the sign of the psychologist, the sign of the Scorpio can be evil. It can be. It can be also not evil. I mean, any sign can be evil, but the Scorpio evil is the psychology, the dominating, the controlling. Scorpio wants power more than anything, and an evil-minded Scorpio will be like just trying to dominate and control. Scorpios are the sign that will are most likely to be like world leaders and CEOs because of the power that they want. Scorpios crave power. Scorpios naturally gravitate towards power and shared resources, controlling other people's resources, often money. And the South Node shows what she was born with. So there's also a square to Saturn, a very tight square to Saturn. So that means that she started out, smart, but over time, she's just going to become more and more and more intelligent, because Saturn makes you work hard for whatever it's aspecting. And squares to Mercury will show, like early on, it could have been like, the Mercury would have been slightly damaged by Saturn. It would have been held back, restrained, restricted. But because it's so slow, and because it's so angular on the ascendant, and because South Node is there, it did not take long for her to really become like intellectually dominant, like really intelligent, right? Not necessarily moral, but very intelligent, very intellectual. I shouldn't say intelligent. I like to distinguish intellect versus intelligence. Intellect is the ability for the mind to be clever. Intelligence is sort of wisdom of the soul. And these are just my distinctions. These are how I like to use them. Other people might use them differently. So intellectually superior, dominant, psychological genius, mastermind, right? And it's got a nice trine to her moon. So, and Scorpio, let's not forget, is the sign of the occult, right? And we believe, many of us believe that she's deeply into the occult, deeply, right? And this is very, by the way, Joe Biden has a very similar chart. It's uncanny, like crazy. Like these 12th house Scorpios are trying to be our leaders. And it's like, no, do not, my God, do not trust these people ever, ever, ever with anything. Like, don't, because it's just like they're full of secrets. It's like secrets upon secrets. It's crazy, right? South Node conjunct the ascendant is also like very, very confident, especially as they're younger. As they get older, their North Node kicks in and they become much more relationship oriented, and they're trying to build relationships, right? And as a politician, she's trying to build relationships with the people, reach the masses. She wants to reach out and be heard by the masses. And sadly, she's not doing as great a job as she would have liked, but still, you can't. I mean, she's done a pretty impressive job. I'm just saying, like, as far as her success, her career success, it's we're talking about her. That's all I can say. Moon in Pisces in the 4th house. So yeah, like Pisces moon, like again, water, trine the, Scorpio planets, trine her ascendant. So it's a very strong moon. 4th house deals with homeland, early home environment, homeland. So people of the home, she can reach out to people of the home. So a lot of times politics can be seen from the 4th house. And what's interesting is Pisces, somebody made this observation, another astrologer, that a lot of times these socialists have a Pisces IC. And why? Because homeland, Pisces, dissolving boundaries, right? So as far as like politics, Pisces can represent a sort of dissolution of boundaries, and that's very much what socialism aims to do. Although it's a collection of power up top, it's never under really noble premises. It's always to take the resources from the masses and collect them up top for the elite to rule and control in secret. And Pisces represents the sleeping masses, whereas the very few up top are really awake and in charge and in control, right? That's why we have religion in Pisces. Pisces represents religion because the masses are asleep, and then you have a few at the top who are controlling everything. You have like, the prophet or the Messiah at the very top, and then the priests and the Pope or the rabbi or the whoever, the imam, they're at the secondary, and then all the masses at the bottom. That's Pisces. It's really collecting everything up top, and that's why it represents socialism. I mean, it starts in Aquarius, thinking about equality for society, but really Aquarian ideal, the highest idealism of Aquarius is about an enlightened society or an awake society, a solid society full of knowledge. And Pisces is more like socialism, communism, that type of thing, as far as like, political system. What else? This combination is really, really, really deadly. Really, really, like, oh my God, 3 malefics in Leo. Jesus. Saturn is ruling the 3rd house. Pluto and Mars ruling the ascendant and the 6th house. So Pluto is exactly conjunct Mars, and then they're not very far away from Saturn, all in Leo, egotistical Leo in the 9th house. This says that she believes in wickedness. She believes in violence. She believes in very, very cruel things, because Leo, first of all, Saturn in Leo alone is the tyrant, because Saturn does not like Leo it's very difficult. I have Saturn in Leo, so I'm not like picking on her. I know a lot of people with Saturn in Leo, and the only way Saturn in Leo works is through humility. Then it can lead. Then it's a natural leader. But because Saturn's a natural leader and Leo's a natural leader, when you put them together, it's like narcissism multiplied. And you have to really be spiritually oriented in order to make this work. And you have to lower yourself and be humble. And then it can work in a positive way. And then Mars and Pluto are also in Leo. And then it's like, you know, taking the narcissism of Saturn in Leo and multiplying it to the nth degree. I also have Mars in Leo. But I don't have the power that Hillary Clinton has. And thank God for that. I've learned the hard way how to be humble. This is such an intense combination. It's super duper egotistical. It shows that she's, you know, yeah, she'll work hard in her studies. Like she will become that diabolical, evil genius mastermind with the, you know, Mercury here on the ascendant and all these Scorpio planets in the 12th house. It's going to make her work really hard with these squares. But this is cruel. This is cruelty because these are three malefics all together in the arrogant, egotistical sign of Leo. Like Leo on its own, I mean, you know, you can have a wonderfully working Leo if you have the right planets in there, and it could be great under the right circumstances, but under the wrong circumstances, it's just like egotism, narcissism personified, right? It's Leo's the king, and here we have three malefics in the sign of the king, all together, conjuncted. That's just like way too much contraction. And so like, and then the squares to the Scorpio, my God, like, if, you know, if we're saying like Hillary's going around killing all these people, I don't doubt it. Like looking at her chart, it's like hard not to imagine that. I'm not even kidding. It's really, this is a horrible, horrible combination for, you know, a good person or a politician or like, you know, just any sane human being. I'm not even joking. It's like, this is like an evil genius right here. A very, very cruel evil genius. Somebody who will not hesitate to kill you if their pride is the least bit wounded, if you cross their path in the wrong way. Saturn is square the nodes. Saturn and Leo conjunct these planets. That shows authority. That shows, I mean, this is a tyrant, and square the node shows some sort of destiny. So destined towards leadership and being a tyrant. You know, it is the 9th house, but it's still very visible. It's still high in the sky. It's still close to the 10th house. So this is still, and it's in the sign of Leo. Leo's the sign of fame and recognition. And it is making contact to her ascendant and the ruler of their 10th house. So it is very career oriented, and Saturn is career in general, a career significator. So I think this square really does have to do with her political career and her tyranny, her political tyranny. 9th house is a house of mastery anyway. And so this is like, becoming, you know, like the big politician. And then Mars is ruling 6th house. 6th house is often what we'll look to for lawyers. She was a lawyer, so and then Saturn, and then Jupiter is also in Sagittarius. So law definitely is, you know, possible, although it wasn't her main thing. Her main thing is politics, right? So Jupiter is in Sag in the 1st house. Jupiter is ruling the 4th house and the 2nd house cusp. So money is coming to her, also homeland or people of the homeland, right? So that's also why politics is here. Because people of the homeland coming to her. So that makes her, you know, like popular in the homeland. And Jupiter's in Sag, so that's a well-placed Jupiter, makes her very lucky, and brings wealth and luck and success her way, generally speaking. And she has had success, I mean, can't deny that, right? Secondarily, Neptune is the co-ruler of Pisces. It's in the 11th house, making her popular among groups, people of the homeland, the home going to groups, right? This is Neptune now, and it's not the main ruler of Pisces. Jupiter is, but it's the co-ruler of the outer planet. So it's still having an energetic effect. Let's see, Uranus in Gemini on the 8th house cusp. Uranus in Gemini is a very brilliant position, but it's generational. But on the 8th house cusp, again, if she is involved in the occult, like a lot of people think she is, or just secrecy in general, and shady dealings, this is excellent because it gives her the intellect and the brilliance, the sort of awareness. Uranus is about incredible awareness, and it depends on the person. Certain people who are just not very evolved or awake have a harder time utilizing the outer planets. Believe it or not, like these are your like just normal everyday normies, we could say, like just normal regular everyday people. But Hillary Clinton is not one of those people. She would be very aware of occult matters, secret things. She's a member of the secret societies, definitely, and this would give her a lot of awareness and intellectual awakeness, let's say, about occult matters, especially in Gemini. She would have a good understanding of the occult with this. Uranus makes you very awake, very aware, if you can utilize it. If you're awake, if you are to a certain capacity, let's put it that way. It's square the moon, so it's going to make her very agitated, very independent-minded, very erratic, and potentially delusional with the moon in Pisces. It's going to make her mind a little bit crazy and jumpy and nervous, and probably make her more impulsive, more quick to sort of attack. And yeah, I mean, generally she's very cruel, so she can be very jumpy, very nervous, and things like that. What else? There was something else. Oh, this is very bad for her nerves. Mars conjunct Saturn can be very difficult for the nervous system, especially as the Scorpio ascendant ruler. It's ruling her 1st and 6th house, so her health is really being challenged here, damaged, and she could have some long-term health issues. And we've noticed that she's kept it under wraps and in secrecy because she's such a secret, hidden, private person. But she does have health issues here, being Mars ruling the 1st and 6th house, being conjunct 2 malefics. Yeah. And this is not very good for her keeping the secrecy over her, actions, over her cruelty, because Leo, the 9th house, this is so visible. So her cruelty is very visible. If she's going around like killing people, we'll know about it, and we do. That's why everyone knows about the Clinton, Clinton body count. So anyway, Hillary Clinton, definitely a bad woman. I mean, this is crazy. I hope I don't end up suicided for saying it publicly, but yeah, everything that all the rumors about her likely very true, and but do not ever underestimate Hillary Clinton. I'm pretty sure she's an evil genius. Uh, she's probably a lot smarter than Bill Clinton, but I'll have to look at his chart sometime. He's probably smart too, but she's probably the smarter of the two. I'm guessing by this chart, and I did not know that until now. But she's a genius. She's very smart, very intellectual, clever, not intelligent. Very clever, extremely clever. She's probably a high priestess in the secret satanic cult, death cult, Saturn death cult, as it's called. That's pretty much it, guys. If you like this, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. And if you want to book a reading, go to my website, macroastrology.com. And if you write something in the comments, if you want me to cover anyone else or whatever, just have some comments, go for it. All right, thanks, bye, guys. Bye.